in this first game, it was pretty close. It was a tough game. We go ahead and skip a little bit since nothing happened. Places a wizard in the back. I decide I'm gonna rock it. Since we're down a little bit, I know that I have to play good on defense, so he places this, Tesla. He does that, I got a log. So that's a +2 trade for us. But I know it's probably a little more, so it's probably on the safe side not to play anything at first. Of course, I let him play. And I decided to cycle back to a rocket. I think it's a mistake now, but I didn't really know what was in his hand. He had a weird deck, of course it's mid-ladder. And I probably should have defended this as well. A log really didn't cut it. It gave him a lot of value. I vowed to kill the wizard because I need to, but the tower's down because even if I play skeletons here, I still lose it. I'm kind of pissed because it's annoying. Especially with Expo, 2 tower games never end well. I decided to just go in for an Expo immediately because I know he spent a lot of elixir. And so I defend the Expo fairly well. I get quite a bit of damage with it. I bring it down about halfway. I decide to pull this back, but I still lose a lot of health in my tower, which isn't good. I completely whiffed my log. He played well. But it still dies pretty quickly, so I don't take too much damage. He plays that and back. Of course, he knows I have rocket, so I don't know why. If I go ahead and rocket it, it would have been cool if I got the Inferno Drag as well, but he placed it a little bit off to the side, so it didn't pull it. Doesn't matter though, because I can Tesla here, and it still will get value on other things as well. So I'm not worried about it. I put skeletons here for his Ram Rider, just to slow it down, but he didn't play it. Instead he goes for a Goblin Barrel. I just pull away since I don't have Login Cycle. He takes it out. He keeps BMing. It's really annoying, but it doesn't get him anywhere. I still defend fairly well. I take his tower, as I had to with the rocket last second. I rocket that. I don't know why he places it behind his tower, especially that way. That did not make sense to me. So anyway, I just defend again. I expect the log to be in the same place as it was before because I saw that it was a little off, but he put it way back there, way in the corner. He arrows, and my Valk snuck in just in time to get rid of his Lumberjack. He Ram Riders. I just pull it down with the Tesla because I can't afford to take any damage. I defend pretty well, so I decide I'm going to go in for a rocket. He Goblin Barrels. I log again, same place because I know it was a little off. Didn't matter even though I missed one. The Valk was really bad, honestly. I think that was a bad Valk. I set up the Valk here and a Tesla, and then I know, okay, nothing's going to break through. I'm going to rocket. I'm going to BM a little bit because this guy deserves it. He's a jerk. And I don't feel bad at all for destroying him. BMing. Anyways, we'll jump to the next one. This next one is actually with my friend. And so I kind of troll around with him a little bit. I kind of feel bad about it, but like honestly, what do you expect? He said he was going to make an Expo hard counter, so I said okay. Anyways, I saw the deck, I got a peek at it, so I knew what it was. I knew not to play offensive Expos very much. As you can see, I Expo'd in the back once he placed the Tesla because I knew that it would be 2 elixir gain for him, and that Tesla wouldn't get any value. So I played defense pretty well. He places a Valk. I just rocket because I know that's the only way I'm going to get damage. And then I kind of just wait for him to make his move. He goes in for a mini P.E.K.K.A. I Valk here. It's kind of an awkward Valk, but it turns out really well because he whiffs a log. Doesn't hit anything. The Valk is clutch. It hits both the Valkyrie, his Valkyrie, and his Mini P.E.K.K.A. It dies to the Tesla. And now I'm waiting. I know I have the elixir advantage, so I decide I want to set up for another defensive expo. I think he fireballs this. Yeah. Good fireball. I don't care too much, mainly because I know he's not going to get much tower damage. I log. Some chip. I Tesla up high because I know that in case he really messes up, I'll be able to go in for an expo and use that to defend a Mega Knight. I place the skeletons, but he sneaks a Valk in front, which is really smart by him. I defend this fairly well because the Ice Wiz is so nice in slowing things down. I expo other side. I expect Mega Knight, but he doesn't play it. So I go ahead and just ignore it. I set up a Tesla just to defend, and I think the Mini P.E.K.K.A. would have got a hit, so I skeletons last second. He P.E.K.K.A.s, so I rocket. Since we're nearing overtime. He has double tanks, so I know what I gotta do. I got a Valk to hit the Mega Knight, and I got a Skeletons for the P.E.K.K.A. And then the double Teslas really do some work, don't they? And he was just saying how frustrated he was. He just couldn't break through. I get a lucky connect there, and I NATO it back, and I log it back. We're toxic out here. He's like, why? Why did you do that? I'm like, well, what can I say, dude? I sneak a Valk just in front. That was a really bad Tesla placement on my end. I was panicking a little bit because it was basically a full health P.E.K.K.A. coming at my tower. I decided to rocket, then I just spell cycle. He's like, oh, that doesn't take all the tower. I'm gonna log and stuff. Oh! And of course, good old NATO to finish things off. In this match, I NATO to start things off. I'm like, okay, the Hog. Double Hog. Mere Hog. I was like, oh dear, this is gonna be a tough matchup because Hog is tough for Expo in general. But double Hog? So I know it's a mid-ladder deck, so I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I do a slight BM. He plays archers, I don't think much of it. But then he plays knight. Defend the archers with this Tesla. I'm like, that's weird. Like, Expo Hog. So I was kind of expecting an Expo for a little bit. Low-key. Then he plays that and like, oh. I don't understand. So anyway, he plays Mega Knight, which really surprised me. I didn't think he had that. So I'm like, wow. And I think I call him the chicken, yeah, because I'm frustrated that he jumped on the tower. I play an Ice Wiz. I think I just keep playing passively for a little bit. He goes in for a Hog here. I go ahead and Tesla. I think he places a Hog at the river. So it takes it out, which is like, oh my gosh, what do I want to do? So I decide to ignore it because I have King Tower. I play Skeletons, of course. I place a Knight here, but it still gets a hit. Then he places Archers, which was pretty clutch. I'm glad I placed that Knight. Otherwise, that would have been a dead Expo. The Expo gets a connect, which is really nice. I'm like, thanks. I log this. It still gets a hit, which is annoying. He logs my tower. Wait. No, he logged my tower here. Okay. For the extra chip. I decide to set up with an Ice Wiz and back, slow cycle it. Then I Skeletons. I decide to rocket that, mainly because I need the damage. I need to catch up. I feel like he's going to use something on that. He double Mega Knights, that's extremely annoying. He rockets, I'm like, okay, now it's time to go in. I know I can't cycle back to a rocket 2 times. I know that's not a safe move, so I decide I'm going to go in for an Expo. Luckily for me, all that stuff gets taken out. The Expo loses a little bit of health, but it gets a connect on the tower. I'm going to rocket here because I think that he might kill it. That was a waste of a rocket, as you can see. Completely useless. So I pull that, and then I Tesla, but I miss the Tesla. Pretty bad Tesla placement. It gets quite a few hits. I'm like, okay, I'm frustrated. I call him a chicken, because he is. And then I'm so pissed off, I completely mess up this Expo. I Expo that, that's terrible. You never want to Expo there. Especially since they can just jump on top of it with Mega Knight. Because they can place it anywhere in the pocket. And so now it's a game of catch-up. Or not really catch-up, just really good defense. I keep messing up on this defense. I didn't play very well. I decided to go in for an Expo here, but then he Mega Knights again. I get a connection, which I'm like, okay, I feel a little comfortable about this. I start doing some damage on that. The archers, to finish that off. I log. I Ice Whiz, but I was expecting the Ice Whiz to last a little longer because, of course, the Knight would have been there. I use Skeletons to kind of kite stuff around and do some damage on the Hog and the Archer. I pull the King Tower, and then I Knight to just tank for stuff. I completely whiffed that log. We don't talk about it. And then I'm just trying to just kill the Mega Knight. I try and pull stuff together so I can get the Ice Wizard to do some work. I log that Firecracker because it's annoying. I pull this Hog, but the Hog still goes to my tower since they destroyed the Tesla. I'm like, oh, it's game right here. I log and the Skeletons finish it. He rockets. There's 18 seconds left, 17. I go in for an Expo. He rockets the Expo since it's a low-level rocket. My Expo connects on the tower and does some work, really sealing his fate. I go in for a rocket, and there's nothing he can do. I pull it to just ensure no damage is taken that I don't want it to be, and we take the W. I'm pretty pissed, so I BM. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. We enjoy subscribers. Also, if you want to see these clips live, I suggest you go head over to twitch.tv/SandstoneJoe, where I play Clash Royale every Sunday. Peace, guys. See you in the next one.